In late July 2026, two rare and severe convective weather events successively tore through the skies of two Chinese megacities, each home to over 10 million people. In Shijiazhuang, gale-force winds, torrential rains, and massive hailstones descended without warning. Daylight was instantly plunged into darkness. In the face of nature's violent energy, the precise operating order of modern cities exposed its most vulnerable side.
太深了是吧？我？我推过去。这过不去吗？你看。我推车过去，咱往右走。有伞了。推过去吧。喂。啊。这个过了不过，那过不过？哎，那个过不过？
On the evening of the 21st of July, the persistent, stifling heat in downtown Xi'an was abruptly cut short. 1 second it was a clear sky, and in the next, thick cumulonimbus clouds blotted out all daylight, accompanied by muffled thunder. Hailstones the size of eggs plummeted from the sky. The dense barrage of ice smashed against the surface with a continuous violent roar, turned into dangerous projectiles by gravity and speed. Swept up in the rapidly falling ice and winds exceeding force 10, the city's infrastructure suffered heavy blows along the main thoroughfares. Numerous thick street trees that had grown for decades were uprooted, their heavy trunks crashing down onto parked vehicles. Billboards and architectural metal sheets were torn apart by the wind. Multiple blocks were instantly plunged into the darkness of power outages as supply lines were damaged.
京东也非常敬业啊！开始排水了，现在排水了吗？开始排水了啊！开始排了，那不。
Hundreds of miles away, Shijiazhuang in Hebei Province was experiencing a meteorological storm of its own. From the 20th of July to 22nd, long brewing convective storm clouds pressed down over the city like an inverted abyss. Citizens witnessed the extreme, oppressive sensation of the sky turning black in a single second. The torrential rain poured down like a waterfall, turning wide roads into murky, churning rivers within just 10 minutes. The sudden deluge instantly breached the drainage limits of the city's underground pipe network. Sewer manhole covers at intersections were blown off by immense water pressure, sending sewage spraying meters high into the air. Inside shopping malls, building materials collapsed, while live electrical wires dangled in mid-air outside. On the streets, countless cars stalled in knee-deep water, bobbing helplessly with the waves. In this moment, a massive system supporting millions of people was forced to a halt. The physical destruction directly translated into severe property losses. In the neighborhoods and open-air parking lots of Xi'an, thousands of cars faced utter devastation. Hoods and roofs were covered in dense, deep dents, and windshields were shattered on a massive scale. For many ordinary families, a mere tens of minutes of hail meant the instant evaporation of thousands in personal wealth. In the dark night of system failures and power outages, human instinct and kindness became the truest foundation of the city. On the streets of Xi'an, some citizens braved the risk of being struck, working together to pull up sunshade nets and thick quilts, attempting to shield strangers' cars from the heavy blows of the hail. In the flooded waters of Shijiazhuang, passers-by voluntarily waded in to help stranded drivers push their stalled vehicles to higher ground. There is no grand narrative here, only ordinary people relying on each other in the wind and rain.
哎呀，我去啊！哎呀！哎呦，我打死我吧！
Seemingly sudden and destructive, these weather events are, from a meteorological perspective, the inevitable result of an energy imbalance in the atmosphere. In the northern regions during July, prolonged scorching heat had accumulated a massive amount of thermal energy near the ground. The high-density building clusters acted like a giant furnace, turning these two megacities into pressure cookers, constantly building up tension. When dry, cold air from high altitudes forcefully cuts in, the physical law of cold, heavy air displacing warm, light air is instantly triggered. The heated air undergoes an explosive vertical lift, condensing into ice crystals at the top of the troposphere. These crystals tumble and grow repeatedly, ultimately turning into massive hailstones that buoyancy can no longer support. Meanwhile, the Black Day gales that struck Xizhuang originated from heavy cold water droplets dragging air currents rapidly downward, spreading violently outward the moment they smash into the ground. This is known as a downburst, a force easily capable of uprooting trees and destroying buildings.